All right, hello everyone. I'm glad you can make it. Yucky outside. Today's lecture is section 3.4, solving geometry application. So the first objective is solving application using property of triangle. Let me draw a triangle here before I move on. Draw a triangle. That's a triangle. Now I hope nobody drawing this. What's wrong with this triangle? Don't draw it down, but the blue one. What's wrong with it? Yeah, it's not meant to be, right? It's not meant to be that. So make sure you, when you draw your, if nothing implied, then you draw your triangle with 3 different sides. Okay. And the perimeter is the sum of all sides. Yeah. So it's just a plus b plus c. By the way, the side is gonna be notate in lowercase little case a, little case b, little case c. H will be your height. H will be your height. That's H, height. The angle measure, the total measure, if you add up all the angles inside the triangle, it should be add up 280 degrees. Now they have their own notation to writing the angle. Excuse me. I have my own. So my notation is, it's going to be a uppercase letter with the hat on top. So A hat, B hat, C hat, add up to 180. So that's how I use my notation. It's just shorter. And that's how it was taught. So far, so good. Yeah. The area is 1/2 base times height. This is the area, 1/2 base times height. We talk about this, right? Remember, like a few lectures ago, talk about the area of a triangle. All right, let's do number 1. A triangular garden has a perimeter of 31 inches. The longest side is 1 inch less than twice the shortest side. And the third side is 4 inches longer than the shortest side by the length of the sides. Now, first thing first, I'm gonna draw the right triangle. I'm sorry, the triangle. Again, all 3 sides supposed to be different. By the way, did I tell you guys that when you read things, just finish reading it, even though you don't understand? Just finish reading it. Trust me, it helps. And then we read it back. We go back and read sentence by sentence. So the longest size is 1 inch less than twice the shortest size. So I'm gonna let X be the shortest side. By eyeballing, I'm gonna let this side be X. If you want X to the on the other side, that's fine too. The longest size is 1 inch less than twice the shortest size. So how would I interpret it in math equation? Maybe I'll pick the longest side is the one in the bottom. Yeah, twice the shortest side and then less than 1, so 2x minus 1. And the third side is 4 inch longer than the shortest side. So what? Let me highlight something. The third side is 4 inches longer than the shortest side.
X plus 4.
Yeah, X plus 4. 4 inch longer, so X plus 4. No. All right, the perimeter is 31 inches. And remember, the perimeter is the sum of all sides, right? P equal What? Huh? Yeah. So P is yeah, A plus, let me write it here. A plus B plus C. You say recall. Yes. No, I think they can hear me from the iPad. Yeah, but thank you. Thank you. Um, okay, so what the perimeter equal to? Good, good. Those are the ABCs are x plus 4 plus 2x minus 1. Those are three sides. And what was the total of the perimeter is 31. Now you solve for x, right? Very good. Combine like term on the right hand side. What do I have? Mm-hmm. Good. And now you know how to solve these. Subtract 3. Both sides, I have 31 minus 3 is 28 equal 4x. Divide both sides by 4. Oops, should be yellow. X equal 7. What the unit here? Inches. And don't stop here. They want you to find all the lengths. So x plus 4 equal 7 plus 4, which is 11 inches. That's the second. And then the last one is 2x minus 1. This is 2 times 7 minus 1. Thank you. Inches. Do you have any questions so far? Not bad. Like a warm-up problem. All right, number 2. The angles of a triangle are such that one angle is twice the smallest angle, while the third angle is 3 times as large as the smallest angle. Find the measure of all 3 angles. So first thing first, draw your picture. Maybe I'll give you I'll give you credit if you draw your picture on the exam, and make sure you label them too. Okay, so I'm gonna call this is angle A, this is angle B, this is, maybe I'll use different color. I'm gonna call this angle A, this is angle B, and then this is angle C. I labeled them with different notation because they are different measures of angles. Okay. But the angle traces that one angle is twice the smallest angle. So pick one that let that one be the smallest angle. So which one you think is smallest, just by eyeballing? C, right? If you pick B, that's fine too, but just eyeballing test, I don't mind. But it look like C the smallest one. Let C be the smallest angle. Make sure you have the little hat on top, so that means indicate angle. Okay? And this capital C, capital letters. One angle is twice the smallest angle. Pick one, A or B, whichever one. 2A. Yeah, X is smallest, yeah. Go ahead, what? Probably the smallest will be 2X, right? Or 2C, right? So now I'm gonna pick A. A is okay, let's pick A, that's fine. Now, angle A is equal to 2C. Let's see. You can pick B if you want. Don't matter to me. Okay, so now and then what? The third angle is 3 times as large as the smallest angle. 3C or 3X or 3C, right? 3C. So I'm gonna call B the third one. 3C. Second angle. The angle. What the total of all angles added together equal to? We know that all of them add up to. Remember right here, up here, right here. Then A plus B plus C equal 180. Okay. We know that A plus B is in red. Try to keep up with the color. C is in yellow, equal 180. So far so good. Yeah. What is A? Now everything has to be. We don't know how to solve 3 variables yet. We have to narrow it down to just one. So we're gonna substitute some stuff. So I'm gonna let C stay C, but A it could replace with what? What's A? In terms of C, what's A? 2C, right? A is 2C, B is 3C, and C is C. Equal 180. And now you can add like term. They all C, right? 2C plus 2C plus 3C plus 1C is 6C. 6C hat equal 180 degree. Divide both sides by 6. So that I have C hat equal 30 degree. And don't stop here. You're gonna find the other angle too. So A is equal to C, which is 2 times 30, 60. And then B is 3C. So 3 times 30, which is 90. And you gotta check, right? 90 plus 60 plus 30 is 180. So checked. Does anyone have a question about number 2? My home audience, you got any question about number 2?
Where did you get 6C from?
6C. Oh, 2C plus 3C plus 1C.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for asking. I'll give you a minute to copy that down. Yeah, the formula is all the angle add up to 180. Right here at the top, the one in the arrow right there. A hat plus B hat plus C hat equal 180. You're welcome, no problem. Number 3, what is the length of the base of a triangle with the area of 207 square inches and the height is of 18? So again, draw things out first. Draw things out first. Oops. The height I'm gonna do in blue here, that's H. The height is 18 inches. They want the base. So they want B. Yeah. Base B. What is the area of the triangle? And then the formula. Oops. Area equal what? 1/2 base times height. Yeah. 1/2 base times height. They all multiplication here. Well, the area given is 207. So on the left hand side, area is 207. By the way, before you do anything, make sure the units is the same. Okay, I can just say this. I can just change the 18 inches into 6 feet. Then you have to turn it into inches, right? Yeah. Sometimes they have a different units. You have to convert. 1/2 is 1/2. B is what I want to find, so leave it as B. What's the height? 18 or 18. Can I say 18 over 1? Yeah. 18 reduced with the 2s, which is 9. That's you. 207 equal 9B. Does anyone okay with the 9B, or is it, where does it come from?
So do we split in half B when we find it too? I don't get it.
Oh, that's the area is the formula that's given. If you go up here, area is
So 1/2 times,
base times height.
so 1/2 times 18 is 9.
Yes. So I can let me do one more step. The left hand side, I'm going to rewrite it. On the right hand side, instead of, can I move 18 next to 1/2? Yeah. Yeah. You can do that, right? I can move things around. 3 times 2 is simply 2 times 3. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So 207 equal 9B. How do I solve for B?
Divide by 9.
Mm-hmm. So, divide by 9. So B equal 23 unit. Mm-hmm. Good. Give me a second before I. Does it matter if we do B? No, it doesn't matter, Brooke. It doesn't matter. You can have different notation than I do, and that's fine. Okay. As long as at the end you have something equal 30, something equal 60, something equal 90, I'm fine. But it doesn't have to be in that order of the letter. Does that make sense? You try one. Let me give you the number for you try one. Number 3.
You divide fractions into you divide fractions into so you have to do this divide by top.
So you divide 3/2, right?
Yeah.
What do you think about the YouTube video? Is that help or should I do it? Should I not?
I failed it.
No, they don't. I don't think they want me to do it. But I don't care. Because they think you guys are lower classes. They want you to come to class. With the pandemic, it's not my most concern. But as long, whatever you study, however you study, as long as you get it, I don't care how.
This Wi-Fi is slow.
All right, so. All right, continue with objective 2. Actually, before, do I have time? No, let's do objective 2 first. And then we'll talk about something. Hopefully, I can show you 3 things today. My goal is at least 2. Use Pythagorean theorem for the right triangle. Does anyone have seen the Pythagorean theorem before? High school. Now, what's the special about Pythagorean theorem? You can use it when what? When the triangle has to be what?
Right angle.
Yeah, right triangle, right? You only allow to use Pythagorean theorem when the triangle is the right triangle, means one of the angle is 90 degree, right? So let me put a little note here. So make sure you don't use it everywhere. Only when it's right triangle. Only use this when the triangle is the right triangle. Meaning one of the corner is 90 degrees. If it's not right triangle, then don't use this. The perimeter is the same. All sides are add up the sum of all sides, not just triangle, regardless any shape. Perimeter will be the around thing, right? The rim of the shape. The area is still 1/2 base times height. Oops, how come it's 1/2 base times height right here? The angle measure. Now one of the angle is already 90 degree. So I know that the sum of the other two will be what? Yeah, each doesn't have to be 45 each. So 60. The sum of the two had to be added up to 90, right? Because all of them add up to what? 180, right? One of them is already 90. So I know that the sum of the other two must add up to 90. Let me highlight this in blue. Again, I don't use that notation. I use what? I use little A hat plus B hat equal 90. Let me draw the right triangle for you. Forgot to do that. Forgot to do that, sorry. And right there, that corner right there, that's 90 degrees in yellow. And the Pythagorean theorem is this one. Now, if you look at the picture, what do we call C in trigonometry? What do we call C?
Hypotenuse.
Yeah, hypotenuse, right? So this right here is hypotenuse. And the A and B we call legs, the two legs. So C is hypotenuse. A, B, we call them legs. And usually hypotenuse is the longest side. So look at the Pythagorean theorem. The sum of the square of the two legs is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. So basically, let me write it in kind of English-ish. So leg square plus leg square equal hypotenuse square. So that remember, for you to remember, right? You don't get messed up like, oh, what should I label? Where do I label A? Where do I label B or C? All right, number 4, the measure of a smallest angle of a right triangle. You know, before that, I'm gonna draw a right triangle because I know I'm dealing with it. Make sure you say. Oh. Remember the lowercase represent the side, the length of the sides, and the uppercase represent the angles. When you draw a right triangle, please have that little corner label for me. Okay, that little yellow thing that indicate that's 90 degrees. And I believe they call this one is B, and this one is A. This one is B. The measure of the smallest angle of the right triangle below is 20 degrees less than the measure of the next large angle. So if you let something be the smallest angle, you're not going to be able to solve it. Because this thing, the wording is a little bit different now. Just let me read it one more time. The measure of the smallest angle is 20 degrees less than the measure of the next larger angle. So which imply which? Where the smallest will be A, yeah? You think by eyeballing the smaller will be A. So the next larger angle will be what? B, right? So in terms of the sentence there, how would I write my equation?
You know one's 90 degrees, so you would probably do
Yeah.
x minus 20 plus x or degrees.
So we know that. Yes. Is it Joseph?
Yeah.
Thank you, Joseph. We know that angle B plus angle A equal to what? Oops, I want to red. Equal to, well, it's the other one 90. No, the other one is 90. So the sum of the sum of the remaining is 90, right? Well, this guy is 90 right here. This is 90. So I know that B and A must be added up to 90 because total has to be 180. All right, so B plus A is 90, but now I have to narrow down to one variable. The measure of the smallest angle, right triangle below, is 20 degrees less than the measure of the next larger angle. So
is B 20 less than A or is A 20 less than B?
the smallest is A. And they say the smallest is 20 degrees less than the measure of B. So that mean in terms of B, A, it looks like this. It looks like this. Is B minus 20. Yeah, it's 20 degrees less than B, right? And then B is B. Oops. Everything else keep the same. All you change is the A. Let me highlight what I changed. The reason I'm doing this because I need everybody to have the same variable, so I can combine like term and solve for one of the variable. Usually we let x be the smallest angle, right? Usually that's what we do, but here is like reverse. So 1b plus 1b is 2b. If you want to put the number 1 here, that's fine. Minus 20 degree equal 90 degree. Make sure you have the tiny little dot mean degree, little O. Add 20, what do you have? Add 20 both sides. I have 2b equal 110. Divide both sides by 2. I got b equal 55 degree. Don't stop here. You're gonna find C. You're gonna find A. What's A? B is 55, so A is.
Are we trying to get to 90 or, I mean, 180?
Say it again.
You trying to get to 180?
No. I got one of them is 90. The right triangle. I found that B is 55. So the only angle left for me to find is A. What's A? Good. Remember what is the one I highlight in red there? A is being substitute with B minus 20. Or you let me finish this and I'll tell you something else. Well, we know B is 55 minus 20 degree, which is 35 degree. If you can't see that, you can do differently. If you don't want to find like that way, you can find a different way. Let me show you a different way in green here. So you say that I know that A plus B plus C equal 180. I want to find A. I know B is 55. What's C equal? 90, right? 90. And then you solve for A from here. Yeah. This different ways, alternatively. Okay, you don't have to. Don't show me both. Just do one. Just show you a different way. So A hat plus what is that? 145 degree equal 180. And now you solve for A hat, which is 35. So that's a different way of doing it. Right. You don't. I don't like the one in green too long. But yeah, sorry. Maybe make it a little larger. Maybe that help.
Oh,
They're not. So it's a alternative way to find A hat. Can you see A plus B plus C stuff like that equal 180? It's gonna be on Moodle. You see on Moodle. Right now it's project over the projection, so it look kind of neon. Should have used different color. I want you guys to let me do number 5. You know, try number 5. I want you to try number 5. Maybe just draw it out, draw the picture out and label them. You don't have to solve everything. In the meantime, let me text my TA.
are we trying to find the perimeter or?
Find the length of the other leg. So what kind of triangle they want you to draw? You're right. Right. So draw it out, right? I'll give you a point just to draw it out. And make sure you label this is the right triangle by that little square there in the corner. The hypotenuse is 13 inches. So which one's the hypotenuse? This one? Yeah. Yeah. So this is 13. I'm gonna call it C. We always denote C. One leg is 8 inches. Pick one. Don't matter to me. You can pick the vertical one or the horizontal one. I'm gonna pick this one.
Are we rounding it, the answer, or no?
Yeah, route it to the nearest 10.
All right, I got the answer.
All right, and then I want to find the other leg, which is B. What do we use? We use, yeah, Pythagorean theorem, PT. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. What this one, A? I know C squared is, C is 13, so C squared be 13 square. A is 8 square. Well, A is 8 and 8 square. Plus B squared, which is what I'm looking for. What A square? 64. What 13 square? Thank you. Rewrite everything else. And now you solve for B, so you're gonna subtract 64 both sides. So B squared equal 105. How do I solve for B squared? Yeah, you take square root. Now, when you take square, it's not important here, but I gotta give you a heads up. When you take square root, you need to put plus and minus. Here, we don't care because why? Length is always what? Positive, right? So we don't need plus and minus. But when you go to intermediate algebra, when you're solving things, they're gonna require you to put plus and minus. So I'm gonna do it right now so you get used to it. On the left hand side, the square and the square root, they cancel each other. So just B. What you got for square root of 105? 10 point. Huh? To the nearest 10. Round to the nearest 10 means two number after the decimal. Good. Is that? You have a calculator with you? Yeah, you need a calculator. Maybe. So you got like 10.24 something, 6 or something like that, right? Yeah, so it means 0.2 for 5. A unit? Inches. All right, you skip number 6. We're gonna start, you try. So so square root and then 105 and enter. Try this. I'll fix it. Hang on, I'll go to 13. So you try is number is 13. Oh, why is that? You guys know how to fix, you know, mine, it just says where the 105 is, it won't give me fractions. Do you know how to fix that? Yeah. Look it up on the Google, see how do I fix that? Go to mole. Maybe I'll go to scientific. Let's try it. Okay, you go to mole and you go to classic instead of print something, math print. Don't pick math print, pick classic. The first year over classic. Yeah. Let me call Priya. She graded it, but she haven't put the score on yet.
Oh, I'm trying.
You can do it later. Yeah. Thank you, Joseph. All right. I want to show you how to. I want to say something. I know I. Oh yeah, I want to show you how to calculate your grade. Let me stop share here for in my I'm gonna share the screen. Okay, so I'm so sorry if you guys see some of the grade, but I just gonna. Do you guys know how to let me go to the announcement. I asked you. Okay. If you don't know, please let me know so I can show you. So you go to announcement, you go down to where calculate grade, right here, calculating your grades. And I give you two options, yeah? One is do by hand, one is use the website. Use a link. You can do by hand, but it's tedious. Use a link. Now, what do I put in? So, on the lecture Moodle page, you need to look in for your exam 1 grade and exam 2 grade. And then you're looking for your workshop total, your homework total, and then you try total. Everything must be in percentage. Right? If you see like 2.5 next to the you try total, that's not it. It's supposed to be like 80 something percent, something like that, like percentage. Do you guys know how to look for these? Like the you try total, homework total, workshop total? Does anyone not know how to do this? Huh? People from, oh, let me see. I think what's this? Yep. Let me see the chat. I assume that everybody know how to do. Okay, once you know how to do that, I want you to go to just copy and paste this tiny URL right here. Go away. Go away. Now do not change the weight column. I want you to change your grade column though. So for example, somebody got like 90% on you try, and that person have 89% on workshop. Homework 86%. Exam 1, 70. Exam 2, 98. For exam 3 and the final, just give some guesses. Okay. Sade, for the exam, you go to the Moodle page to see. Right now, you only see exam 1, but for the rest, just make some guesses. Okay, make some guesses, and then calculate. It'll give you this. Now, don't look at the letter, because here the letter is different than owl. If you got 81%.5, it should be an A. I'm sorry, a B, not B minus. So you can go back here, go to the syllabus, go down. 81% right there, from 80 to 84, that's the B. Right? So you should get a B, not B minus. System a little bit different here. Does that make sense? Does that help? So you can play around like, okay, what should I get for exam 3 and finals? You got a C or a B. You can play around with this like fast instead of do by hand. Right? Does anyone have a question? Do you have any question? We guess, yeah. If we guess, it will. Yes, if you guess, it will be the right grade. It will be correct. If you guess. Now, for the you try and the workshop and the homework, especially for the workshop and the homework, will change because the one you see on Moodle is a few weeks ago, right? 2 weeks ago. So it could be higher, it could be lower. So roughly, okay, roughly, it's not gonna be true all the time, but roughly there. Does anyone have any question about this before I move on to the last session? And as one more thing I need to talk about, which is very important. No? Okay, all right. Let me move on to objective 3, and then I'm talking about how the drop-in and all of that, how I'll offer you stuff. Objective 3 is solve application using properties rectangles. Yeah. You have a question?
Can I see you try too, just for one more second? I didn't write one of the numbers down. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Can you take a picture instead of
I got
copy
it.
down?
I got it. Thank
Okay,
you.
all right. No problem. All right, rectangles. So let me draw the rectangle. So the rectangle is, again, the perimeter is the sum of all sides. So I'm gonna start from here. And then I'm gonna go clockwise. So the perimeter is L plus W plus L plus W, right? The sum of all sides. How many L do I have here? 2, so that'll be what? 2L. How many W? 2 also. So that's how you have perimeter equal 2L plus 2W. The area is just length times width, same, doesn't change. The measure of the angle of each is 90 degrees, right? Right there. 90 degrees. Okay, all right, that's it. The width of a rectangle is 3 inches and its diagonal is square root of 73 inches long. Before I do that, I'm gonna draw a right triangle here. I'm sorry, I'm gonna draw a rectangle here. Oh, I want it bigger. The width is 3 inches, so right here, 3 inches. The diagonal is square root of 73. I'm gonna do the diagonal in blue. It's supposed to be a line. Okay, I'm sorry. It make it look like a curve. It's supposed to be straight. Square root of 73. Draw like that. Okay. All right. I know that this is 90 degrees. Yeah. Indicate the information on the rectangle, which we did. Then find the length of the rectangle. Okay, I know the width is 3 inches. I need to find the length. What's your suggestion? What's your suggestion? I want to find L. My home audience, you have any suggestion how to find L? You don't have to give me everything, just give me what you think. What's your approach? No, the square root of 73 is the diagonal, which is in blue right there. I want to find L. No, it says length. The length is 70, square root of 73. If you plug in the calculator, it says square root of 73 is roughly something decimal. Right.
Find the perimeter.
I don't have L, and I don't have the total of perimeter. Area of, no, the area is length times width, right? I don't have length. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the length, L. But thank you for all the input. Yeah. Why do we do that? No. The area is length times width. Yes. Mhm. I give you a hint. That little corner I put there. What does it remind you? 90 degree,
90
which
degree,
is Pythagorean
360.
theorem, right?
That's-
Good. Pythagorean theorem. We're gonna use Pythagorean theorem. We know that Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So here, what's c squared? What's the hypotenuse? Yeah, that's the, yeah.
70
Yeah, if you look at that.
73.
Yeah, so square root of 73, that's your c, right? So here, c is equal to square root of 73. And maybe a is 3. You can pick b3, it don't matter to me. A equal 3 and b is L, yeah, which is we don't know. So plug it all in. What do you have? A square is what, 3 square? B square is L square, yeah. You can leave it b square too, I don't mind. C square is square root of 73 square.
The answer is 8 inches.
Good. Then 3 square is 9 plus L square. Square root of 73 square is 73. The square and the square root cancel. That's what we remember here. Let me go back up. Right here. Yeah. Square and square root, and then that's why we have b. So subtract 9 both sides. Oops, sorry. Subtract 9 both sides. Again, I record this, so don't worry if you confused. You can always watch it again too. L square equal, what is that, 64? 64. Square root both sides. You don't have to put plus minus like I do, but just a good habit to have. So again, square and square root cancel. L equal 8 inches. 8 inches. Cool. Do you have any question on this one? B. darken or shade the portion of rectangle that represent the area. Find the area of a rectangle. So the area is, maybe I'll use green. The area is just everything inside the rectangle, right? It's 2D. That's the area. Maybe I'll put here so I know that I shade it in green. Okay, area is what? A,
Length times width.
yeah, length times width. And you know what's length, you know what's width. Length is
24.
8, we just found. What's the unit?
Inches squared.
Good, square inches. The reason is square inches because inch times inch is inch square, right? That's it. Simple. See, darken or shade the portion of a rectangle that represent the perimeter. Maybe I'll do dark purple. Right there. I'm shading purple. I'll write in purple too. All right, the rectangle of the rectangle is what? 2L plus 2W, right? So which is 2 times 8 plus 2 times 3. 2 times 8 is 16, 2 times 3 is 6. So the perimeter is 22. What's the unit? Inches, right? It's just inch plus inch, so inches. Let me do 8 real quick. Again, the rectangle, so I'm gonna draw it out. The rectangle. The length of a rectangle is 8 more than twice the width. So if I call W the width, then the length equal what? The length is 8 more than twice the width. 8 more than twice the width. Yeah, 2W plus 8. Find the length and the width. The perimeter is 64. So I know that P equal 2L plus 2W. The perimeter is 64, so the left-hand side is 64. What's L? Well, 2W is 2W. I'm just rewrite 2W. But the L, instead of L, I'm going to replace L with, yeah, 2W plus 8. There, okay. And now you solve for W. So 64 equal, if I distribute that, I get 4W plus 16 plus 2W. 4W plus 2W is 6W. Subtract 16 both sides. So I have 6W equal 64 minus 16 is 48. Divide both sides by 6. W equal 8 inches. And L
So
will be, say it
24
again?
inches.
Good. So length is 2 times 8 plus 8 is 24. You try. The first number is number 3. So that's number 3. Second number is 128.